live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 News at 6.
After a damp and chilly end to the week, today was nothing but sunshine as we take this live look over the Tri-Cities and Flint. Good evening. I'm Cameron Riddle.
We're so glad you could join us for the TV5 News at 6. I'm Elena Holland. And meteorologist Dan Giroux is here with us in the First Warn 5 Weather Center. So, Dan, it's beautiful today, but is it going to stick around?
Well, tonight, the answer to that question is no. Unfortunately, temperatures are really going to drop like a rock overnight. And because of that, we do have a frost advisory. We can take a look at that here. That covers Genesee, Lapeer, and Shiawassee counties. That goes until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We are going to see temperatures drop into the low to mid 30s in some spots. So that's going to allow for some patchy frost, and that could affect some plants out there as well. You're going to want to cover those up if you do have any exposed. Now, today, we're seeing plenty of sunshine. We've seen a few high, thin clouds, especially in the southern half of our viewing area. This is Grand Blanc right now, 58 degrees. Not too bad right now, and you can see what's happened over the course of the day. We saw those high, thin clouds stick around, but we've still seen plenty of sunshine across most of mid-Michigan, and so a lot of us have really been enjoying that for today. Here's a look at First Warn 5 Sky Tracker, and we're starting to see a lot of those clouds exit at this point. So northern half of the viewing area around the Tri-Cities and points north are starting to see a lot more clearing, and that's going to continue overnight. Now, temperatures right now 59 in Flint, it's 57 in Swartz Creek. We're looking at 58 in Lapeer. It's 59 in Saginaw, 52 in Bay City, 61 right now in Midland. The rest of mid-Michigan right around 60 degrees, although it's still 55 in Bad Axe, only 46 degrees in Port Hope. Those temperatures, as I mentioned, are going to be dropping like a rock. We'll let you know how cold it gets coming up in a First Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast.
Breaking news, after nearly a week missing, teen Isabel Kreitzer has been found safe.
Now, details are limited, but a family member confirms that TV5, the 14-year-old, was located this afternoon.
This is good news. Again, 14-year-old Isabella Kreitzer has been found safe. Well, it has now been 3 years since the state-appointed emergency manager switched Flint's water source to the Flint River, and still, after all this time trying to recover, residents are still dealing with the effects of lead-tainted water.
Well, that's why the 3 Years Too Long Coalition is organizing events all over the city in reflect of the years residents have been living through the water crisis. TV5's Ashlyn Hill has more on how the group plans to tackle the issue.
I want my opinion. I want answers.
Carrie Younger Nelson says she and other Flint residents have endured too much for too long. And she's not alone. Some people are outraged after 6 attendees of a Flint town hall meeting were arrested Thursday night. But Younger Nelson says it's important to utilize your resources.
Everybody that lives in Flint needs to get out here and get this information, because it's not just my problem, it's everybody's problem.
That's why she volunteers with the 3 Years Too Long Coalition, an alliance of groups hosting commemorative Flint water crisis events.
The 3 Years Too Long Coalition aims to help folks still struggling with their water bills and pipe replacement details.
Need some literature for your water bill to be paid?
We have an informational table set up here at the library where people who are experiencing trouble paying their water bills or who are facing water shutoffs can come talk to people who can direct them to some resources.
Dr. Benjamin Pauley is a professor at Kettering University and lives in Flint. He says the 3 Years Too Long Coalition wants residents to stop paying for poison.
We believe that water is a human right and that every human being is entitled to it.
Pauley adds that the fight is far from over.
We're going to keep fighting for clean, safe, affordable water for Flint residents moving forward, but this would be a good time for residents who aren't already directly involved in that struggle to get involved.
Reporting in Genesee County, Ashlyn Hill, WNEM TV5.
3 Years Too Long will hold a march on Tuesday, April 25th. People will march to the City Hall at 12:30 p.m. before a rally there at 2. And you can always find the latest on the Flint water crisis in the special section of our website, WNEM.com.
People continue to leave flowers and candles at a makeshift memorial for a French police officer who was slain during an attack at the famed Champs-Élysées. Yesterday, police raided the home of the gunman suspected in Thursday's deadly attack. Karim Sharifi, a French national with a long violent criminal record, he was shot and killed as he tried to flee the area. Officials clarified that Sharifi was not under official surveillance by French intelligence agencies as previously reported. ISIS quickly claimed responsibility for the attack. Developing tonight, it seems like a sight that is becoming all too familiar. Another uproar on an airplane 2 weeks after a passenger was dragged off a United Airlines flight.
Now this time it happened on an American Airlines plane. And again, it was all caught on camera. Let's take a look.
You do that to me and I'll knock you flat.
Stay out of
Well, that's what happened after an incident during a boarding on a flight from San Francisco to Dallas.
As you saw, the video starts off with a woman sobbing as she holds a baby. A male passenger stands up and intervenes, apparently upset with how the woman's situation was handled. From the video filmed by another passenger yesterday, it is unclear as of yet why that woman is distraught.
The airline quickly responded to the incident, stating, "We are deeply sorry for the pain we have caused this passenger and her family and to any other customers affected by the incident. The actions of our team member captured here does not appear to reflect patience or empathy, two values necessary for customer care. In short, we are disappointed by these actions. The employee involved has been removed from duty while they investigate."
New tonight, protesters all around the world take to the streets in defense of science. In Sydney, Australia, protesters carried signs urging for both respect for both science and scientists. In London, marchers called on the government to do more to protect the environment. Organizers described the event as nonpartisan, but many marchers said they were motivated by what they described as anti-science policies from President Donald Trump.
Everything that he says. He doesn't believe in climate change. He doesn't realize how perilous it is for future generations.
President Trump made no mention of the Science March in a tweet about Earth Day. He wrote he's, quote, committed to preserving the natural beauty of our nation.
And happening today, it's Earth Day, and events were held across mid-Michigan to celebrate our planet. In Midland, Chippewa Nature Center held an invasive exotic plant pull, tree and shrub planting, and litter pickup. And Creative 360 hosted Chemistry Helps Feed the World. The Saginaw Valley State University STEM bus had kid-friendly activities and hands-on experiments.
And if you missed today's Earth Day events, here are some ways you can help. Use less plastic. It can clog oceans and take hundreds of years to degrade. Reduce waste in landfills and conserve natural resources by recycling. You can also reduce air pollution by making fewer car trips. And check out earthday.com for more tips on how to make every day Earth Day.
And also happening today, the Covenant Healthcare Foundation took to the airwaves this afternoon for its annual Covenant Kids Telethon right here on TV5.
That's right. Sarah Simnich, Andrew Keller, and Meg McLeod were all hosts of the all-day event aimed at raising money for Covenant Kids' program. This is video from earlier in the afternoon. The Covenant Kids program provides services and equipment for infant and pediatric patients at Covenant Healthcare.
The telethon wrapped up at 6 p.m. and we can report Mid-Michigan came through, raising over $105,000.
And of course, over the last 8 years, the telethon has raised more than $1 million.
That is incredible. That is a lot of money in 6 hours.
Yes, it is. That is a whole lot.
They got to work.
They did. Kudos to the team and everyone behind the scenes. I don't know if you've ever been a part of a telethon, but it's like a marathon.
A lot of work.
Like being on TV for that amount of time and doing it for a good cause, answering phones. Good job, you guys. Still ahead tonight at 6, a tragic accident kills an 8-year-old boy.
We'll tell you what happened that led to this child's death. Plus, the remains unclaimed, but 5 veterans get a proper funeral. Find out how these vets finally received their military burials.
And did you see this? Little superheroes protecting the city. We'll tell you what cause put them on patrol.
When you wake up, the world is already moving a mile a minute. Breaking news is unfolding. The weather is changing. The traffic is picking up.
So wake up to TV5 for breaking news stories from your hometown.
We take you to the people and places where the news is happening now.
Plus the weather forecast where you live and the road conditions to keep you moving.
And we stir in a little fun
along the way.
TV5 Wake Up starting at 4:30 a.m. Coverage you can count on.
What if you could have the backyard you always dreamed of someday? Today, you can during McSood's Someday Sale. Save 30 to 50% on the area's largest selection of outdoor furniture. Beautiful 5-piece wicker dining sets from $12.99. All-weather wicker sectionals from $9.99. 5-piece cast aluminum from $8.99 and outdoor fire pits from $6.99. Plus, take advantage of 12 months special financing. This weekend, only at the McSood's Home Store.
We have all the fun.
When your family entrusts a loved one to a nursing home, you trust your loved one to their care.
When that trust is broken, your family feels betrayed.
That's when our family can help.
Some nursing homes don't care, but we do.
We fight and win for families whose loved ones have suffered from nursing home neglect or abuse.
Call 1-800-CALL-SAM and get the birthing advantage now.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
Weather first, every night on WNEM TV5 News at 10 p.m. on My 5. Weather first. Coverage you can count on.
At Honda, we're proud of our heritage. Like with the Civic. It's stylish.
And fast, with great performance and handling. All things we learned building engines like this.
So hurry in to the Honda Dream Garage sales event.
Get a great deal on the 2017 Civic, a KBB.com overall best buy for 2017 at your Honda dealer.
In more local news, some of the area's biggest comic book fans and smallest superheroes hit the streets this morning. The superhero 5K and 1K run and walk took place at the Flint Farmers Market. And as you can see there, runners were encouraged to dress up like their favorite superhero. The money raised from today's run goes to help the Weiss Child Advocacy Center, which protects children against child abuse.
And it was opening day for the Saginaw Children's Zoo. The zoo kicked off things this morning with an Earth Day event. The Mid-Michigan Waste Authority held its annual celebration there from 10 until 2 today. For the first 400 people that had a recyclable drink container, they got into the zoo absolutely free. The environmental friendly event includes games, exhibits, and scavenger hunts.
That little goat just wanted to get up in the camera.
Good weather out there today, too, to get out the zoo.
It's a good day for the zoo. Well, the rebirth of Colonel Sanders continues.
We'll tell you who the newest star is to don the white suit, but first, we take you to the person who lost that audition, our own Dan Giroux.
Yeah, I can't cut it as the Colonel. Don't know what to tell you. But your weather in 5 words this evening. Coats will be needed tonight. I'll explain how cool it gets coming up in your first 1-5 hour-by-hour forecast.
Everybody knows somebody who's a Covenant kid. That's a baby who was born at Covenant or spent time in the Covenant neonatal unit. Perhaps a child who needed a high-tech look inside their brain. Or rehabilitation to make them stronger. Your donations make this extraordinary care possible during the Covenant Kids Telethon, Saturday, April 22nd on WNEM TV5.
Look behind windmills to see the real power of wind. Since 2014, Huron County windmills have delivered over $10.3 million to schools, plus $8.2 million for roads, medical care, seniors, libraries, and veterans, and $7.1 million for police and fire, first responders, and local governments. That's the real power of wind. Funds for the thumb without tax increases. On May 2nd, leave your thumbprint. Vote yes to protect Huron County's future without raising taxes.
Your tractor may be your hobby or your livelihood. At Steiner Tractor Parts, we share your enthusiasm for these antique machines and know you need to keep them running. We understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. Our Mid-Michigan warehouse is stocked with new parts, tune-up kits, electrical components, carburetors, and rebuild kits, and much more. Stop into Steiner Tractor Parts today. Log on to steinertractor.com for our complete catalog.
The Doctors, weekdays at 3 on WNEM TV5. Get all your news and First Warn 5 weather updates. Text TV5 to 23765.
WNEM's First Warn 5 Pinpoint Doppler Radar is brought to you by Bone & Bailey Insurance Agency, your local auto owner's agent.
In your nation, a sad story. An 8-year-old boy died after a television fell on him inside his home. Police responded to the home in Jacksonville, Florida yesterday morning. The little boy was taken to the hospital where he died from his head injuries. Police say it appears to be accidental, but the Florida Department of Children and Families is investigating.
5 U.S. military veterans finally received a proper burial. 1 Army veteran, 1 Navy vet, and 3 Air Force veterans were all left unclaimed by their loved ones in Amarillo, Texas. After discovering this, the Missing America Project worked to make sure that these 3 all got the proper burial and were laid to rest. And yesterday, they got their military burials. The late servicemen served in the Cold War, Korean War, and Vietnam War.
Certified most accurate by weather rate. Now your First Warn 5 forecast with meteorologist Dan Giroux.
Once you got past those high, thin clouds, it was a nearly picture-perfect day across mid-Michigan. Plenty of sunshine and temperatures very close to average for this time of year. The best part of all of this, no rain. Here's a look at First Warn 5 Pinpoint Doppler live from MBS in 3D. And it's as simple as that. There's no rain out there. It is absolutely spectacular. Let's go ahead and show you what's going on right now in Saginaw. We're looking at a temperature of 59 degrees. That dew point is very low. That means it is very dry outside this evening. We're seeing calm winds at the moment as well. And that barometer is still relatively steady. We're not going to see anything change too much between today and tomorrow. Our next stop, that's going to be in Bay City, looking at a temperature of 59 degrees. You can see where the grass is starting to turn a little bit more green and still plenty of blue skies out there. Our final stop, that's going to be in Flint, 59 degrees, and not too many folks out on I-75, and I don't blame them because I'd want to be outside myself. Other temperatures across mid-Michigan right now, close to 60 degrees in many areas. It's 61 right now in Midland. We're looking at 63 in Mount Pleasant. It's still 64 right now in Gladwin, but right off of Lake Huron, we're seeing some of those cooler temperatures, 45 in East Tawas. It's 46 right now in Port Hope. So a little bit cooler where we are seeing those winds affect those areas. There's a low pressure system to our south, and that's evident here on First Warn 5 Sky Tracker. This is going to stay to our south, but we are seeing a few high, thin clouds move into mid-Michigan as a result of that low pressure. It's not going to be affecting us, but we will see still plenty of sunshine, especially as this high pressure does manage to stick around, and that is going to be the dominating factor for us as we go through the rest of the evening today and even into our day tomorrow. Now closer to home, mainly clear skies, just a few high, thin clouds toward the southern half of the viewing area. That includes the Tri-Cities and Flint as well. But by and large, we're still seeing plenty of sunshine. Here's a look at your First Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast starting at 7 p.m. We are generally clear across mid-Michigan. That continues as you head out this evening around 10 p.m. When you wake up tomorrow morning, right around 8 a.m., ready to go out to church and to breakfast, we are going to be seeing clear skies. It's going to be very chilly. You're going to want to bundle up tomorrow morning, and I'll show you why in just a second. As we fast forward to noon and you head out to lunch, the rest of the day still very sunny across mid-Michigan, so there's not too much to complain about. 3 p.m. still very sunny, and as things start to wind down, we see a few clouds filter in from the north, but it's really not going to be a major hindrance for us. So for tonight, expect temperatures to drop down into the mid-30s. We'll say 36, mostly clear skies, and we're also going to be dealing with some patchy frost. That's why we do have a frost advisory for Genesee, Shiawassee, and Lapeer counties. That runs until tomorrow morning, especially with those light and variable winds. Then for your day tomorrow, expect temperatures to get even warmer than they did today. We're looking at temperatures close to 70 degrees. It'll be mostly sunny and certainly warmer. Winds are going to be light out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Their First Warn 5 7-day forecast, we can expect those sunny skies to stick around with us for the next couple of days, and temperatures continue to push 70 degrees. Our next chance of rain not coming until at least Wednesday, and it's going to be scattered even at that.
That's what I'm talking about, getting up there nice and warm.
It's going to be so nice. I'm so happy that we finally have the warmer temperatures.
It's about time.
It really is.
Well, it should be. It's April 22nd, so yeah, it is.
Yeah, about
Thank you, Dan. All new tonight on TV5 News at 10. Buying a home can often be a time-consuming process since typically you want to see it in person.
But see how one company is hoping to bring the visit to you instead.
Plus, vending machines are often a quick way to get what you need. But coming up, we'll tell you what's inside one that is causing a lot of controversy.
And on tonight on TV5 News at 11, it's time to play ball. See how hundreds of local kids take to the baseball field thanks to Major League Baseball.
Top stories and tomorrow's forecast always in the first 10 minutes on TV5 News at 11.
And still ahead at 6, see the play that caused a shoving match between the Tigers and Twins. That's next in sports.
Thousands will gather May 20th for the annual Greater Midland Dow Run Walk. This family fun event through the streets of Midland kicks off at 7:30 with a half marathon followed by a 10K run, 5K walk, 1 mile run, and tot trot. From casual to competitive, all are welcome. To register, visit greatermidland.org.
Know before you go, right along with the TV5 Road Warriors coverage you can count on.
You'll do better at Garber. Garber Chevrolet in Midland. Number one in sales, number one in satisfaction. Because we're number one in customer service and your number one dealer for the lowest price.
Get a number one deal on a new Chevy Cruze now from just $139 a month. Or drive a new Chevy Silverado from just $239 a month. Chevy, find new roads.
You will do better when you shop the number one dealer first. Garber Chevrolet in Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman.
Join the First Warn 5 Storm Team for our spring severe weather show. From tornadoes to lightning, we'll help you prepare for the severe weather season.
Wednesday, April 26th at 7:30 p.m. on WNEM TV5, sponsored by Ben Johnson Law.
Really? I'm just a regular guy. Kidding. I'm spectacular.
Actor John Stamos is spectacular, and so is Spectrum.
Voiceover. Perk of being me. Another perk, when I watch my shows on Spectrum TV, I literally watch my shows.
Get more HD, plus thousands of titles free on demand. Just $29.99 a month. Call 844-683-2999.
On Spectrum Internet, I'm always connected to social me, viral me, and streaming me.
Get 60 megabits Spectrum Internet with no data caps and a free modem. Just $29.99 a month.
And Spectrum Voice makes it easy for me to catch up with all my fans all over the world.
Enjoy unlimited nationwide calling and unlimited calling to Canada, Mexico, and more.
Oh, look, there's one now. Hello. Oh, hi, Grammy.
Get Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice for $29.99 a month each with our 30-day money-back guarantee and no contracts. Call 844-683-2999.
That's my voiceover guy. I don't know if he's handsome.
Join the First Warn 5 Storm Team for our spring severe weather show. From tornadoes to lightning, we'll help you prepare for the severe weather season.
Wednesday, April 26th at 7:30 p.m. on WNEM TV5, sponsored by Ben Johnson Law.
Now, with coverage you can count on, you're watching Sports Extra.
Before today's game, the Tigers put Miguel Cabrera on the 10-day disabled list. Miggy strained his groin in last night's loss to the Twins, so that means Detroit is now without Cabrera, J.D. Martinez, and Jose Iglesias. All three are out with injuries, and now they could be without center fielder Jacoby Jones for a while because of what happened here. He takes a pitch to the face from Justin Haley. Jones immediately runs off in pain, and you can see the blood in his mouth. The replay is absolutely brutal. Right in the face. His day is done. He walks off with help. Tiger fans hoping he does not need time on the DL. Later, Matt Boyd retaliates by plunking Miguel Sano. There's no doubt Boyd does this on purpose. He gets tossed. Sano's not happy. He punches at James McCann, who's trying to play peacemaker. So the bench is clear. Pandemonium with pushing and shoving, and look at Nicholas Castellanos in the middle of it. You got to like seeing that from the youngster, because somebody has to stick up for his teammates. And Castellanos then doing some damage with his bat. That's an RBI double, breaking a tie in the 6th inning. Tigers go on to win 5-4 to snap a 4-game losing streak. To the Midwest League, Great Lakes Loons take on the Fort Wayne Tin Caps in Midland. Cody Thomas in center field. Check that out. Diving catch, and that's robbery. I slowed it down for you. You get a little bit more appreciation when you do that. Loons were down 2 in the 9th inning when the visitors explode for 8 runs, and the Tin Caps go on to win 12-2. The two teams will finish their series up tomorrow afternoon at Dow Diamond. Well, for the first time in 8 years, Central Michigan's football team is running a spread offense. We get our first look at it today during the annual Maroon versus Gold spring game. Former CMU quarterback Cooper Rush in attendance. He hopes to hear his name called in the NFL draft next weekend. Tony Poljan is the top candidate to replace Rush. Check out the touch on that throw. Great catch by Corey Willis, who then adds some yards to it. Eventually, that would lead to a short touchdown run by Berkeley Edwards to put the Maroon up 7-zip. New Lothrop's Amari Coleman playing cornerback, could be one of the best in the MAC this year. Check that out. Strip, and his team recovers. Nice job. Gold would get the ball back later. Tommy Lazaro hands to Jonathan Ward. Gold leads by 7 at the half. Third quarter, remember Ithaca All-State wide receiver Logan Hesbrook? Check out how big and ripped he is now. And he's pretty athletic. That's a touchdown catch for Hesbrook. Fourth quarter, Maroon down 1. They go for 2 in the lead, but they get stuffed. The Gold wins 21-20. You'll hear from some players and head coach John Bonamigo on the spring game tonight on Sports Extra. The Flint Firebirds just wrapped up a tailgate party for its fans. The event was held at Flint Iceland Arenas on Elms Road. It kicked off an hour before the team's orientation camp scrimmage, which featured some of the Firebirds' top hockey prospects.
It's just been a blast here today. It's really the last time until hockey season next fall that the fans will have the chance to interact with the Firebirds. We had a great time. We had free drinks, free food at Iceland Arenas. There was our orientation camp, and it was just a success.
And also want to mention that Byron's Eric Jones wins the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Bristol.
All right. Maybe he's got a new pitch that he'll be doing, a new job when you win.
Who's that?
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
Like Rob Lowe. There you go. Follow me, people. Rob Lowe has been chosen as KFC's new colonel. He'll debut its new Zinger sandwich. The Zinger is described as a 100% white meat breast filet, hand-breaded and fried to a golden brown finish. KFC has been enlisting various stars to don the white suit, including Billy Zane, Jim Gaffigan, Norm Macdonald, and George Hamilton, along with Daryl Hammond.
You're just hungry.
I am. Do you like the way I said that? Make you salivate a little bit.
It is just about time for dinner.
Another thing that makes you salivate is the weather.
Sunshine, anyways. It's spectacular. You know what? We're going to see sunshine here the next couple of days, and realistically, we don't start to see some clouds increase until we get into Tuesday. Wednesday's our next best chance to see some rain. Even at that, the rain's going to be scattered, so it's not going to be all over the place. So enjoy the next day.
It's perfect weather for a KFC picnic.
I can't with you
Just about.
Just get your food.
Dark meat only.
We can go soon.
That is going to do that is going to do it for TV5 News at 6. We're coming back with more news tonight at 10 and 11. You should too. Until then, good night.
Have a good night.